What's good? It's your boy Fanon. Okay, just got done watching Tyson Fury and Panetta, and after the fight was over, I'll talk about what happened in the fight in a minute. But man, I'm excited. It's official that Deontay Wilder will be facing Tyson Fury in Vegas on Showtime pay-per-view in either November or December. The two of the top heavyweights in the world fighting one another, and they both act like they want it. Man, I'm a big fan of both of these guys, and it's just going to be an absolute treat to get to see this fight. And I mean, it's just something that, God, man, after having listened to all this nonsense going on with Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn and all the primping and posturing, man, as soon as this announcement is made and these guys get in the ring, these two dudes are without a doubt fighting to be the number one heavyweight in the world, because both of these guys have something that the other heavyweight champion did not have, which is the nerve to stand up and fight this guy, Deontay Wilder. And I'm excited, man. As far as what Tyson Fury looked like in that ring, I'm going to tell you, man, there's people that think Deontay Wilder is going to walk through this guy, man. I'm telling you, it is not going to be that easy. Tyson Fury, he doesn't pack a lot of power, but his head movement, his footwork, his length, all of those things are going to make for a very, very interesting fight, man. I'm telling you. Now, there's things that I saw in the fight that would lead me to believe that Deontay Wilder is going to win it. This guy Panetta was able to hit Tyson Fury a good amount of times, and if Deontay Wilder has a good solid left hook, then it could be a lot of trouble for Tyson Fury, because you could tell that Tyson Fury fights. He's a very tall fighter, and he's used to being able to get away from the punches of shorter men by leaning his head back. And with Deontay Wilder, he's not going to be able to do that. And if he gets caught on the end of that, if he gets to get caught on the end of the punches by Deontay Wilder, man, it's going to be a really, really, really tough fight for him. But at the same time, if Deontay Wilder can't find him and isn't able really to land that punch, man, he could easily find himself losing rounds to Tyson Fury, because Tyson Fury, to be that tall, was 6'8", whatever he is, 250, 260 pounds. He's a volume puncher. He lets his hands go. He throws a lot of jabs. He moves a lot, and it is just, I mean, if Deontay Wilder can jab with him, he's just going to have to let his hands go a lot. And if he's not able to catch Tyson Fury, then I could see Tyson Fury winning this on a decision. But as far as there being a knockout, there's only one dude that's going to knock somebody out in this fight, and that's going to be Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder has Tyson Fury. If he sits down on his punches, he can really pop. But I mean, as far as like just the power between his jabs and his straight rights, it just doesn't seem like he has a lot of power there. So but I seriously, man, I cannot wait for this fight. I'm a Tyson Fury. It's a contrast of styles. You have a boxer and a mover, and you have a guy who's very athletic but absolutely has monstrous power in both hands. And man, I don't know if there's anything that Tyson Fury is going to really can land that's going to keep Deontay Wilder at bay. You know what I mean? And if just a little bit of the pop coming off of Deontay Wilder can really cause could cause Tyson Fury a lot of problems. But, I honestly can say for this fight that I wish both of these guys the best. When they announced the fight and they were talking with one another, that they both had that, aggression towards one another. But at the same time, you could tell that they were both very, very happy that they were both going to get this fight, because this is going to be the biggest fight of both of those guys' career. To have it in Vegas on pay-per-view in the United States and have it pay-per-view in the UK, both guys are getting fair cuts. Both guys are getting fair cuts of money. Man, if this fight does, I already did a video on the number of views. If this does 500,000 pay-per-views in the United States, man, these guys can both make a tremendous amount of money, and they get to answer the question about, who is the heavyweight champion. And on to the other heavyweight champion and the effect that this has for Anthony Joshua. Man, Anthony Joshua has got to, he has lost so much. He has lost so much by not taking that fight with Deontay Wilder. Eddie Hearn used Anthony Joshua as his, in my opinion, Eddie Hearn has used Anthony Joshua as his personal prop to try to set up a move from the UK into the United States market. And using Anthony Joshua as a means by which to accomplish his goals. And early in his career, Anthony Joshua's career, from his first fight up until after he beat Vladimir Klitschko, you'd be hard pressed to make an argument that Eddie Hearn did not do a tremendous amount of good in the career of Anthony Joshua, that he did not do a very, very good job promoting him. Now, Frank Warren says, how could you miss with a fighter like that from London, an Olympic gold medalist, a cordial young man, a nice looking young man? He's like a promoter's dream, and those don't come along every once in a while. The guy that's able to play the clean cut guy that can be represented by different corporations and is sellable and marketable. So, Frank Warren would always say, like, how can you miss with Anthony Joshua? That's an easy guy to promote. But ever since he bought Klitschko, man, he's absolutely, the things and the decisions and the arrogance that these guys have shown in basically just proclaiming that they were the king of the heavyweight world without actually crossing the finish line really opened a huge, it opened a huge hole in their line. For the defensive, analogy to American football, where you can just run a running back and run straight through the line for a touchdown. And that's what Deontay Wilder has done for sure. They went from offering Deontay Wilder $4 million, or was it $5 million, $4 or $5 million to fight Dillian White. He says no to Dillian White, right? They ask him to come and cover they say no to Dillian White. Now the offer from Dillian White went from $8 million, $4 million, or $5 million to $8 million. So after telling Eddie Hearn twice no several times, the value that what Eddie Hearn was offering him doubled. Maybe if Eddie Hearn had offered him $8 million to fight him in the first place, then hey, the fight might have been able to happen. But Deontay Wilder even said, hey, Dillian White can have the fight. He's like, Dillian White is easy money. I don't mind beating Dillian White, but Dillian White fight Luis Ortiz. But hey, they wouldn't do it. They wouldn't go by. They wanted everything to be done by how they wanted it to be done. And as a result, Anthony Joshua, definitely in the United States, man, in the eyes of many, many boxing fans, has lost 70. I mean, this is obviously an estimate, 70% to 80% of the goodwill that he had after he beat Klitschko. Anthony Joshua was not established yet. He had emerged. He had emerged as a heavyweight champion, but he was not established. And he got all the way to unifying 3 belts. But then when it was his opportunity to fight Deontay Wilder, he wouldn't cross the finish line. But in all the time that they were doing that, all the mentions of Deontay Wilder, all the people pushing Deontay Wilder's name grew and grew and grew. And now you have the guy, Tyson Fury, who's also extremely well established in the boxing game, who's the lineal heavyweight champion by most people's definition, willing to step in there and fight him. Now these guys have a heavyweight mega fight, and probably the biggest. This is the most excited I've been for a heavyweight match since Lennox Lewis, Mike Tyson. That could have been the case that it was Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder to unify all the belts. That would have been as big a fight as this, if not a bigger fight than this. But this, considering everything that's happened over the amount of time, all the lead up that was put on, the negotiations from Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua, all the lead ups, then you just replace Anthony Joshua, you put Tyson Fury in there, you add a little extra personality right? You add the guy has an undefeated record. He's got a better personality. You know, he's somebody that appreciates the moment and is going to go in there and take on the challenge. You know, win, lose or draw, both of these dudes are going to get respect. And like they said, it seems as if there's a rematch clause in it. That, hey man, he's like, if he wins and beats Deontay Wilder, then he's gonna come and do the rematch in Belfast. Deontay Wilder's like, there ain't gonna be no rematch, and I'm knocking you out. And from what I could see in that ring today, man, look, Tyson Fury looked a lot better in this fight than he did the last fight. But that guy right there that fought, he's going to have a hard time with Deontay Wilder. And he's going to have to pretty much show the same amount of improvement between now and November and December as he did between the last fight and this one. But he did show a lot of improvement. If he can show the same amount of improvement, then hey, man, that could work. But man, that is anyway, man, I'm excited. It was a good entertaining fight from Tyson Fury. He was serious the whole time, and it is what it is. And we get to see what we want to see, man. It's official, and that's what's up. And with that, I'm out. Peace.